Oh, speak, bitch. Come on now.
Hello, pretzels, and welcome back to the Tripod. A special shout out to the podcast that's returning this week. That's right, the Steel Real After Party returns this week. So by the time you see this, post your fucking questions. Zanka will answer them this week on the Tripod, and Jake too, I guess. But we tune in for Zanka. But I digress. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot has happened this past week. Wolverine and Deadpool dropped. The Olympics have started, but we're gonna kick things off real quick. A snippet of TNA Impact, which was booked like a house show. That's what I felt like when I was watching this. This is a house show. The one thing I wanted to see didn't happen because Josh Alexander walked out, but I don't have any highlights. Sticks, do you have any highlights of this past week's Impact?
Like you said, I was interested with Josh Alexander. They kind of fumbled the ball with that on it. I mean, I don't know if the crowd didn't give him the response that he thought they would, or if just the whole creative and stuff like that. I mean, he tried to make it somewhat work. I mean, we all know why he did what he did. I mean, because with the influx of with the hashtag NXTNA, I mean, the guy that is the heart and soul, that has been the heart and soul of TNA, has been grossly overlooked. But the people you've had show up on NXT, the Rascals, I mean, they're well worth it. They're must see TV. The groundswell for Joe Hendry, we knew it was only a matter of time before that took over. But you kind of understand with Josh, like he's carried it through the doldrums. So it's interesting how they didn't allow him to play in that. But I'm gonna say we got something to look forward. It's not what we saw, but what we're going to have to look forward to next week.
Exactly.
The
Yeah.
Rascals and Speedball Mountain, the backstage encounter of trying to do math with Trey Miguel. Trent 7, so they're waiting for Trent 7-8. Trey Miguel's trying to do math, like 7-8-9, all that stuff. So if we have anything for that, we have something to look forward to next week. And no, I'm not talking about the TNA Heavyweight Championship match. I'm talking about the 6-man tag that we're gonna have next week between the Rascals and Trent Seven, Speedball Mountain, and whoever they find. I mean, I think that's going to be great. But the Rascals, we're going to talk about them on NXT TV, but they've been I think kind of the uh under underestimated part of the whole crossover. I think Joe Hendry's taken the ball. He's got the baton, and rightly so. The guy's been on the internet. He's taken it over, but I think in ring, I think the Rascals have hit it out of the park with the crossover, and then also with NXT crossovering to TNA. I think that their matches have been.
Sticks, would it blow your mind if it's Tyler Bate? Tyler Bate,
Be Tyler Bate.
Speedball, and fucking Trent Seven together.
I would, but he's injured. So that's why.
Really?
You won't see that because that's why
He
Peter.
ain't been on
That's
TV.
why. Yeah, he's injured. That's why Peter Dune is you're seeing an uptick in Peter Dune stuff, single stuff. So he's injured. I don't think you'll see him for the rest of the year.
He's spraying his dick, laying that around the fucking locker room.
That's what happens when you have Sol Ruka riding him like a surfboard.
Cesar, any highlights from this past week's Impact?
Nah, next week looks to be good. Oh yeah, the ABC team with Matt Hardy keep winning and killing racism one match at a time. That's always good. I feel like that match went on forever though, right? Like, was
Yeah,
it just me?
they gave it like 20 minutes. That shit
Okay,
went.
yeah, all right. That
Oh
that
my.
wasn't just me. That
Yeah.
match just was like, I was like, good goddamn.
Yeah.
So that next week looks to be good. Mustafa losing and stepping up looks to be good. We ain't talking about that one cracker. What else? Who else fight? Yeah, the 6-man tag. Old rascals, rascaling. They always look to be good. I enjoy rascals on my television.
Well,
So that looks to be good.
for the 8 pretzels that watch this, I'll be remiss if I forget again. I forgot last week. That's my bad. Your birthday passed.
Mm-hmm.
Then this past week, it looked like you went on another adventure.
Yeah, I was gone.
Please, please grace
Gone.
us with a story from your past 2 weeks. Happy belated birthday, of course, but tell us something that's more interesting than this past week's impact. If
Yeah. Oh, that cracker tore his pectoral muscle, Tyler Bate. So
oh,
he's got the CM Punk disease.
hmm.
But surgery's good. Anyway, so yeah, he had the same fucking setup CM Trash had. No, birthday was cool. That was just like visiting stuff. Nothing really crazy happened. There was one funny night, but that was it. But yeah, this weekend, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm still tired from this weekend. This weekend was drunken ignorance at its finest. Went to see some went to see some friends in Richmond. And yeah, man, it was just we met up with some people who are in town. I was meeting up a bunch of friends to go in town for a beer festival on Saturday. We went out Friday. The beer festival was at 1 p.m. Saturday, and we didn't get home and go to sleep till about 2:30 a.m. Friday. Just went out at like 4 o'clock and got hammered. Ended up at some dude's house singing karaoke at like midnight.
What song?
I didn't sing anything. I was too drunk to get off the couch. Yeah, I was recording. So then we go to the beer festival at 1.
I can imagine Cesar getting up there singing some Genuine, some Pony.
I would have sang some Pony. I was gonna sing Love and Club. You damn right. Then we went to a beer festival. So a bunch of my friends from down here was up there in Richmond. We got wrecked and immediately went from a beer festival to a beer Olympics.
Damn.
The beer Olympics was fun. The games were just talked a lot of shit. They did a thing with a spinny bat, and like they're up on a yard, and one of the girls got too drunk and she was fumbling, and hit my friend, and they fell down the stairs. Luckily they were okay, and I mean concrete stairs because this is in a neighborhood.
Oh, Darby Allin.
Yeah. At one point, somebody was the Darby Allin. At one point, somebody was like, "I saw you grab her, and then I saw 4 feet in the air," and I was like, "God damn, this shit was." It was funny because they're all right, just little scratches. But just Ratchet is there with those people who are funny as shit. Then a friend of mine, she had to play. She's in a volleyball league with like the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
With the bunch of people we were hanging out with last night. Apparently there was a baby shower, so half of them were at the baby shower, half of them were at the beer Olympics, and for half it was like 100 people out there just getting fucked up. And so everybody's hungover playing volleyball the next day in their like neighborhood league. And then after that, we met another friend who came up who had tickets to this brewery like beer membership thing. So we just used his ticket to get in because he was there and he put us on the list. So once again, drinking again. Yeah, man, it was complete ignorance. Finished off the weekend watching the Olympics that happened that morning at my friend's crib. And then I was like, all right, I got to get out of here and drive back home. So a successful weekend of basically no sleeping, drinking, and being ignorant, barking at strangers at a burger place at midnight that serves adult milkshakes. That was Saturday night. Pretty much Saturday night ignorance. Yeah, drinking bourbon at 10 a.m. in the morning because we drank all the beer in the fridge the night before. Yeah, we were pre-gaming a beer festival. Like, if that doesn't tell you how ignorant lushers we are, I don't know what to tell you.
You have an
So
IV? Do you have an IV in you right now with
nah,
fluid?
man, you just got to drink a lot of water, man. That's what these motherfuckers don't do. They keep drinking alcohol. You got to keep drinking water, and then I always keep a cup of water by the bed at night. So when you wake up dry mouth at 3 in the morning having to piss, you can chug a bunch of water, and then piss.
No Pedialyte?
Nah, man, I don't do no Pedialyte. I don't do no liquid IV, man. You drink water. Trying to tell you, man. See, the caveman way was the best. You drink alcohol, you throw some water in between there, you take a whole bunch of shots of McNulty, and you drink water all night. So you have to pee 4 or 5 times a night, but you drink water all night. You don't need that shit in the morning. I'm lying. You do need that shit in the morning, but I don't drink no Pedialyte because that shit got too many calories. Or probably sugar. I don't know. Shit tastes nasty. I'd rather drink water.
Well, Cesar, we're all living vicariously through you, my man. Let's go ahead and get another annoying thing out of the way. It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means.
Yep.
It's time for some blood and guts.
Yep.
We'll talk about a few things. Of course, MJF does the MJF thing. Comes out there. He's got cheerleaders for his entrance.
Mm-hmm.
He talks shit about Will Ospreay and his fat dead grandma. Trashes the international title. Unveils the American Championship. There was pomp, circumstance, and the American flag with his head in place of the stars. Of course, Attack of the Billy Goat afterwards. Claps back at MJF and his tiny dick. Ospreay gets his rematch at All In. Cesar, what did you think of this segment? And the new belt?
Nigga, that shit trash. That shit trash. That's just more trash than the shit he had on. That shit look ugly as fuck. I wouldn't wear that shit. I'm just not. That shit looks like trash. But I bet it's on the website for $500.
Oh, more than that.
No, they're usually about $5. The AEW belt was like $5.
The AEW belt's $800.
It's $800 now. I swear that shit was $499. Whatever. God damn, them niggas is crazy.
At the flea market.
That was the TNT championship. That was the freaking black, like the OG TNT championship before they started doing the different strap colors.
Tony out his goddamn mind. Yeah, I guess you got to recoup that money somehow. God damn, $800 for that shit. You better suck my dick for $800. I'm paying that shit. Yeah. So Billy Goat ain't had no car. Stole that nigga's car. Whoever the crack is with the glasses. I will tell you what, that motherfucker got an arm because he threw that suitcase right through that window into that back seat. I'll tell you that shit. That cracker threw that motherfucker and jumped right in the car with old Billy Goat. And yeah, he getting his rematch. At All In. So I guess we close that loop. Still don't know if Daniel Garcia's kayfabe hurt or not. And still don't know if Ricochet is showing up. But at least they, you know what? Didn't have that many questions about the storyline. It's going back to where it was going. Could still end up a triple threat though. Some trash. But hey, it answered a lot of questions that we had last week. So
yeah, they got a few weeks left to build. So you never know what can happen in all trash wrestling sticks.
Sure.
We got the first segment out of the way. It's MJF. He's got a new belt. The Billy Goats attacking. They got a match coming up at All In. What'd you think?
I didn't mind it. I mean, we start off the episode. It was kind of hilarious. Like Cesar said, Marvez was there to catch an interview with the Billy Goat. Billy Goat tire was slashed, which I thought looked like actual, just like someone stuck a putty knife in between the tire and the rim. But Billy Goat was essentially wanting to get his ass to the arena, so he hijacks Marvez's vehicle. Marvez, the last thing you hear is Marvez asking him, "Have you ever drove in the United States?" And Billy goes like, "Nope." And off they go.
Mm-hmm.
Marvez, yeah, MJF's good on the stick.
Marvez was his bitch ass scream.
MJF good on the stick. I thought it was funny. Like Cesar, the belt's trash, but I mean, you wouldn't expect anything else. I mean, the way MJF was pining that, screw the international belt, the greatest country in the world. Then throws in, his hometown. Nice little touch with the flag with his face taking over the stars. And then out of nowhere, Will Ospreay shows up. So if we can get, I mean, obviously they're going to do half the time than what we had on their first match. But this is the thing about MJF. He raises um his match competition to the opponent that he has. Like we saw last pay-per-view, it was, I forget who it was already, but it was like one and done. He wanted to get in, get out. First match gone. With Will Ospreay, who is more likely, I mean, I don't know if you want to say hands down, but best wrestler right now in the wrestling world. So MJF's gonna have to raise his ability to do that. So we're gonna get that at All In. We'll see where it goes. I mean, because obviously they're gonna probably before the end of the year. Ospreay's gonna probably have another championship match, heavyweight championship match. Now, who that is against, we'll see. Now, is it gonna be against Swerve? Is it going to be against Danielson? Who knows? But I wouldn't be surprised if he at least gets one more and he becomes AEW champion, heavyweight champion by the end of the year. But I mean, this is a nice thing to have. We'll see if he goes overseas because it's going to be a home field advantage for him, and I feel like AEW is going to want to pine to him, especially overseas, because of the big overseas influence that he has, plus with him doing a lot of the work overseas for AEW. It'll be interesting to see what they do with it. But opening segment, not a bad opening segment.
Well, I'm gonna touch on a couple other things. The Doctor had a good match with the Shida. It was decent. It only took her 5 years to finally fucking get good music, get a good look, and get good in the ring with someone she's fought multiple times. But it was a decent match. The Doctor puts her away with the lockjaw. Sasha attempts to cut a promo, and then we get the debut finally after sitting on the shelf since February of Camille, which will be Sasha's heavy, her bodyguard, her diesel, attacks the Doctor. So Sasha is probably going to retain that fucking All In because of this. But
yep,
Camille is a big bitch, and at least she's getting some sticks 316 finally. And then after that, we had the glamour Mariah May versus Jabra. She disposes of her quickly, and then the timeless one attacks. There's a security pull apart, but Tony's prepared to die. Are you? Sticks. We had the Doctor versus Shida. And then the little glamour and Tony Storm segment. What'd you think?
I'll first off saying I liked how they ran the video promo for the rivalry that Shida and Britt Baker had. I like that when you can give a little bit of a peek behind the curtain of what these women, how they have, because watching that, you kind of forget that. Like we've covered ATW for a long time
since it started,
but it's nice to be able to go back and see that, like the daily place days back during COVID. Like these women actually do legit have a rivalry between getting dubs as women champions, stuff like that. It was a good match. They're finally must have found something with Shida. I like with Shida how she had the torn to grab the kendo stick, like to be able to do that. Like it shows that maybe there's a little bit of a possible heel turner. Like there's some heelish tendencies. Like she struggled with grabbing that to at least inflict damage on her rival. But the Doctor, rightfully so, was able to pick up the dub. Having Camila with Britt with Sasha is going to be the best thing for her because, like you said, she's been on. Nobody knows what she's been doing since February. Like this chick was the strong chick in NWA. Like there was hype and all that stuff, and then you heard she signed with the ATW, and then it just went cold. Like nobody knew what was going on, and then you had this. Then they showed up at ATW's Comic-Con with her dressed as with Sasha dressed as Poison Ivy and her dressed with the cheap ass looking Bane mask. But like you said, we're gonna get some 6'3", 16. Camila's getting on TV. This is a good way to get the foot in the door. My girlfriend posed this to me. Is this how we're gonna get Jamie Hayter back in HW?
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Because if this is,
Yeah.
I'm all in. I'm literally all in on this, boys. Let's get this back.
They built it the same way. When Britt was the heel champ, she brought out the heavy Jamie Hayter, and Jamie followed Britt and started working and getting them dubs up. If this is the way it's gonna go, this is the way it's gonna go.
And I'm telling you this, I hope Britt goes over. I hope she gets this because she could become a Grand Slam champion.
They're not gonna do it.
But also, too, this allows Sasha to go defend that New Japan Strong Championship without having the having to hurry up and get back to do HW. She could film promos while down in Texas doing the New Japan stuff to possibly come back and do a rematch against Britt. I hope they do it. Britt deserves this. She's been when she cut that promo that she was the one that elevated this women's division. There was like CM Punk. Tell me there's no lies. Tell me when she's lying. She wasn't lying. She's been the only woman until Toni Storm's timeless until she became timeless. Britt Baker was the only one that carried that women's division and made it what it was. Now, that's not her fault that coked up Tony has hit and missed on a lot of signings and has hit or missed on developing a lot of those women. Britt Baker from the get-go has been the diamond of that division. And this should be what you do. You should have her go over on Mercedes. Mercedes is the one grabbing all the headlines. You need to pay it back to your OG woman. Now, will he do that? We'll see. But if we get this is how we get.
That's Mercedes' decision. You're right.
It's creative power.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, it's Mercedes Hogan.
Yeah, I understand that. But as a booker, you got to have that in the back of your mind that this woman's going to book herself so strong that she's going to ruin your division. So you got to be able to have that conversation with her to be like, hey, I know I gave you creative control, but you got to make yourself at least look somewhat human. Like, you can't just book yourself into being the greatest women's wrestler to ever walk God's green earth because you ain't that woman.
Yeah, but she won that title in 2 matches.
We have that situation on a story that's been built for a couple weeks. On the flip side, Sticks, we got Tony and Mariah. What are your thoughts on that and what they did this past Wednesday?
I liked it. I liked it because
that story has been going on for months, by the way.
Yeah. And like I said last week, you could see this when Mariah entered the Owen Hart turn. You could see this. Okay, the turn is coming, and it was just a matter of when they were going to pull the trigger, then how we're going to do this. And I think they've done, at worst they've treaded water with it. Like, it's been good. I don't know if you guys saw Saturday. Tony wrestled Saturday on Collision. She did a little bit of a promo. I mean, a lot of stuff happened on Saturday. I mean, that's going to be, if I have a highlight, my highlight's going to be from Saturday. But I like this. I like what they're doing so far. I think Mariah's going to come into her own on it. Like, I think she's got it. She's going to be good as this heel. I like the hip attack, the Mayday, and then the Storm Zero. I like that little bit of it. I liked Tony asking her if she's ready to die, because she is. I mean, because a lot of your older leading actresses, they were ready to die before they gave up the starting role to their understudy. Like, they grasped on to everything and anything to hold on to that role before the new woman, the new pretty groundswell, the understudy took over from them. Like, they were doing. So this plays great into it. I think both women are going to go out there when we get to All In. I think they're going to give a good match. I think it's going to be good. I think the promos, like I said, Tony's promo on Saturday was great. Her answer back to what Mariah had like a week or so ago was great on Saturday. I thought it was good. We got Mariah's first singles outside of the spotlight. Yeah, it was against a jobber, but I mean that's what you get. That's what you do. First match out of the gates, you give them a jobber. You don't give them a certified banger match. You give them somebody that they're going to pick up the dub. They're going to be able to rub a little bit more salt in the wound. And that's what we got. I thought it was great. I thought it was great that Tony was sneaked in. I thought it was all good. And my interest is still vested in it, and it will be unless they completely and utter drop the ball, which they can within the next couple of weeks. But I don't think both these women will enable that to happen. So I liked it. I liked it as a follow up because you gave a spotlight to the women's division for 2 straight segments.
Yeah, Cesar. I mean, your thoughts on the past? We got the Doctor taking on Ashita, and then of course Mariah and Tony. What'd you think of this past Wednesday's segments?
Yeah, really good segments. Finally getting the women's division right, but you done fucked up everybody else, so you got to go to the top stars to try to get it right. That's your fault. That's your fault when you can look at when a cross-eyed cracker can put a whole division together and use everybody, and you can only use like 2-3 bitches. I mean, but I digress.
One of them booked her own shit.
Yeah, and then shit, girl. One of them going to business for herself, and that's probably the only reason why it's good. Yeah, man. If they do fight it all in, Sasha ain't losing that title, man. Sasha ain't losing that title. I mean, she's had 5 matches. 2 have been championship matches, which she won. What the fuck you want me to say?
I would like to give you I know this is a different company, but can I give you Ethan Page winning NXT Championship in his first or second match?
It took him 6 weeks. It took Sasha 1 month to get 2.
It might take her another month to lose it.
2. You forget she's got 2.
It might take her another month to lose it.
She's got 2. 2 in a month.
Look, I'm just going to say this. As much as she's talked so much shit on WWE, she's got to have a little bit of WWE booking in the back of her head to at least make it so that she knows that what the backlash will be on the internet. Like I know she's so full of herself, but she's got to see the backlash and the hate on social media, knowing that if she goes in and she goes over an OG, I mean, now that's not to say that this doesn't carry out to like a second match and then she beats her then and then she retains. Like I could see that happening, but I mean, if this is just her, Britt, she comes out. Maybe I'm hoping they're going to have at least a strong match. Now, if Sasha wins that, like then there's really, I mean, you can't. I don't know who else you could have her go against. I mean, it'd be a step down for Jamie because Jamie went from AEW Women's Champion injured, and then now she's going to maybe come back, help her friend. And then now she's fighting for the TBS championship, which Sasha will probably book herself.
Well, let's get Cesar finish his thoughts on that segment.
Yeah. So I don't know. This is what I'm saying. And you forget, she beat Stephanie Valkyrie, who literally dictated her own future. Like they tried to sign her, which probably she would have probably been working a program with her with that other title, maybe. Because she was still booked to be on that show when they were having their WrestleMania as well. Just so happens she wanted to go work somewhere else. So she didn't have to win that championship. Like she booked herself to win it. I don't even remember last time she defended that championship. That was probably the MJF thing. Yeah. So that's the last time she wrestled. So anyway, besides that, it is good.
I think with that they're back booking because she was supposed to beat Willow and then she got hurt. So this was a good way to get that championship offer.
Yeah, but she didn't need it.
I think New Japan might have had more influence on that than what we think.
Right,
I think New Japan probably wanted her to have that.
She didn't need it though. So yeah, I don't see her beating Britt. I see them cheating to beat Britt, and then Jamie Hayter comes out for the save at All In. And then if you want to continue the story, yeah, they could have tag matches. Yeah, they can do whatever they got to do with that. But yeah, I mean, if Jamie Hayter wanted to, fight Camille and then go back up to the women's title, if Tony does keep the title, Jamie and Tony got history, so you can go back there. There is a storyline you can reopen. Or if Mariah somehow sneaks this title away from Tony, if they're giving her the strap, I don't know. Maybe Tony fucks around and finds out and tries to be like, "Oh, well, you beating everybody here, bitch. See if you can beat the timeless one." And Sasha's gonna say, "Well, you just lost your title. You ain't shit." You can cook up a story there as well.
Well,
But
speaking of the timeless one,
yeah,
this bitch went all kinds of psycho on Mariah, saying she's gonna die and shit.
facts.
Mariah eliminated some jobber bitch. She's calling herself the Glamour.
Yeah.
What did you think of that quick segment?
The Tony segment's going to be good. I don't know, man. They may have pulled it too early because we're going to have like a month of this.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a whole month of build up of this match. And as we know, as ATW does, they like booking shit the week of. They could have had her win the tournament, and then Tony supporting her like Mariah, keeping herself warm or whatever. Tony fighting on Rampage, like Stick said, she was on Rampage, and could have had Mariah screw her like maybe 2 weeks before to really get in her head, then have her come back and do this. Yeah, sit out a week and then come back a week before, and then the week of, and then we go to that fight. But yeah, Mariah just gonna keep coming. She's gonna keep coming out with her title, and I guess the shoe she beat Tony with. But yeah, we're going to sit through like 4 or 5 weeks of this now. So you get it with Sasha. She's saying no. Somehow Britt's got to build it to get her to say yes. And it's the same with MJF and Will Ospreay. Yeah, that match could go on for another hour and it could cook again.
Actually, I think they broke it at that Comic-Con. I think Tony Khan said that match happened at that Comic-Con segment.
What match?
The Britt Baker, Sasha, Mercedes Moné. I think he said that's happening at Comic-Con. I think he said he booked it there.
If it is, it is. I don't care what Tony says. They're still gonna have to they haven't said it on TV. He said it at Comic-Con. So if you're not watching Comic-Con, or you're not, super stuck on AEW watching it like that, yeah, they're gonna. I swear to God, they're gonna do a skit with it again, or they'll talk about it on Wednesday. But still, these are like 4 or 5 weeks.
Plus, they gotta have a contract signing.
Yeah. They're just gonna do all those things over and over and over. And it's, you see how they've been trying to keep Swerve away from Danielson. Like Danielson had a backstage segment. Swerve had blood and guts. Swerve got stapled 85 times. Yeah, we'll talk about it. He might not be there Wednesday, so they might do another backstage segment with Danielson versus having them fuck each other up, which is weird because Darby and Swerve was about to get into a fight, and then Darby won that Rumble shit, and he's fighting Swerve in September. Like, nigga, that's like 9 weeks. You building these crackers to fight 9 weeks, and he didn't even win that Rumble shit till Friday or Saturday after the Wednesday. Like, get this shit together.
Think of this. He's got one. He's gonna, which we'll talk about. He's got prior commitments for All In, and then now he's got a heavyweight championship match in his back pocket.
Yeah. No, it's not in back pocket. It's at Grand Slam, September 25th.
Okay, so he's got 2 commitments already. So it's just
yeah.
Then he's got to die on Everest.
Yeah, well, he said he can't go till next year.
Oh.
Yeah, so at least 2025, his ass is still alive.
Well, gentlemen, blood and guts happened. That's right. It was AEW versus the Elite. I fully expect this to hit all the typical beats of an AEW blood and guts. Let's just hope another former WWE guy doesn't debut or Sting drops from the ceiling or some dumb shit. Darby getting murdered the first 10 minutes, of course. Matt Cook with the briefcase. Elite with the advantage in this. Bowens committing homicide with a pair of scissors to Jungle Jack. Mm-hmm. Max Caster with attacking everyone with Mox's kryptonite, the mic. This match needs cookie sheets. Come on, man. Bowens barbed wire sandwich Jones over here. Matt Cook swantons onto him. Max gets super kicked with a mouthful of tacks. Barbed wire scissor me timbers on Nick Cook. I like Hangman's new evil theme. It's kind of like a Silent Hill Hillbillish twang to it. Speaking of Hangman, he attacks Swerve on the way to the ring, attacks Nana, handcuffs Swerve to the outside of the cage and beats him. Matt Cut threatens to fire Hangman if he doesn't get in the ring. It takes a village to free Swerve from the cuffs. He finally gets in the ring. I'm digging this forever feud between Swerve and Hangman. Briefcase open, multiple staple guns are in there and handcuffs. Swerve gets gang raped. Hangman accidentally buckshots Okada. Hangman and Swerve out of the cage fight to stage and fall off it.
Yep.
Bowens falls off the cage through 2 tables on the outside.
Yep.
Darby falls from roof of cage, coffin drop on the Jungle Jack laying on the table.
Yep.
Jungle Jack cuffed to cage, then beaten with a kendo stick chair. Doused in gasoline, Darby threatens to set him on fire unless he gets a TNT title match. Matt Cut gives it to him, plus says, I quit. Team AEW wins the blood and guts match. Cesar. I mean, of course, there were way more spots than that, but I don't want to be here for 5 hours calling every spot. What did you think of this?
It was, I would say this is probably the best blood and guts match that we've seen. The first one was definitely trash. That's the one where like they threw Jericho off the rope and he had the
He landed on the cardboard fucking.
Yeah, the second one was when Santana busted his leg in like 38 seconds.
Yeah.
And he couldn't fight in that one. So yeah, this is the better one. These niggas trying to die. I mean, all right, you want to die, go ahead and die. Okada with the street sign. Hitting Crockett's with that shit. Shit sounded real as fuck. A lot of these dudes, knowing there'd be thumbtacks in the ring, still wearing just regular wrestling gear. Like Bowens with just the draws, Okada with just the draws.
They're high.
Yeah. Like at least Jungle Boy and the Cucks had shirts and pants in a caster, shirts and pants. Like, get the fuck out of here. It's a hardcore match. I'm not wearing just draws and you throwing me in a barbed wire sandwich Jones. Get the fuck out of here. You skipped Jericho. I just realized that. Yeah, because that shit was trash.
It was so bad.
That shit was so bad.
I almost gave up. I was gonna turn it off. I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this.
Yeah. Yeah, that Jericho shit was trash. But no. It was a fun match. I mean, I didn't mind it. It was good. I didn't mind it.
What match? The Jericho match?
No, fuck no. The blood and guts match.
Oh, okay. Yeah, blood and guts. It was great. That's why I took so many notes on it. Like I kept finding things that were interesting at least.
Yeah. It was a fun match. But yeah. Hangman going way too crazy. Mark Briscoe bringing the team together and then wilding out in the ring. He's always a fun time. How is it an advantage to be first? Like the freshest person is on the second team. Like that seems way more of an advantage.
It's just because the beginning there's 2-on-1, then there's 3-on-2, then there's 4-on-3. That's the only advantage it is.
Yeah, but I don't see that as an advantage because we all know the latest person who comes in.
It's the advantage in the beginning, not the end.
Well, they called it. They still called it an advantage when Hangman was coming in, and then he didn't, and then he came in last, and he beat everybody's ass. So I'm right. The advantage is the other way because you save your best person for last. You don't send them in first.
I'm on the phone with Tony Skeets as we speak.
Did
another thing? No.
Yeah. Did Swerve staple that nigga in the face and then house call him in the staple?
Yeah, he stapled him right in the jaw and then house called him.
Jesus Christ.
Okada's middle finger.
Okada. Yeah, bitch. Wow. Shot that shit. What do they call Okada's move? The roundabout bitch or something?
No, like, the bitch maker.
The bitch maker. The bitch maker, not the rainmaker. Okada's the only entertaining thing on besides Tony and besides Brett. You know, Okada saying bitch and doing ignorant shit. It's fucking funny. He's just having fun. Which in turn, makes me want to watch him every week. And he actually can wrestle. He can't talk, but he can wrestle. But all he needs to say is bitch. I mean, this had to be the main event. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, Darby convincing them to give him a title shot and then making him quit. I'm fine with that. That's the way it's going to end. Sure. Took that nigga 85 years to find some gas and a lighter that was under the ring. But hey, I digress. You know, he's crazy crack ass was jumping all off of shit and doing weird stuff. So yeah, it's a fun match. You know, everybody was bleeding and crying and doing ignorant shit. And then yeah, Hangman still hates Swerve. And he's justifiably so. Just, you know, walking up in that nigga. The shit happened 6 months ago. Like I said last week. Niggas justified my book.
I do appreciate the feuds that have been built that deserve a blood and guts, like Swerve versus Hangman, whereas the thrown together other members of Team AEW is like, all right, Briscoe, okay, the Acclaim, whatever. But Sticks, what did you think of the blood and guts main event from this past Dynasty?
I just think they're throwing in Briscoe just because he's hot right now. That's all I think. And he's crazy. It's a crazy match, and they didn't have John Moxley. So they use Briscoe because we're sick of John Moxley. So that's what I'm thinking.
Exactly.
Well, let's just say this about Briscoe. He had blood and guts. Then he had a championship title match on that Friday. And then he wrestled on I think on Collision Saturday. So this this man put the fucking work in. And like two out of those three matches, he John Moxley'd. He bled. So, I mean, justifiably so, that means Ring of Honor champion, and they're giving him a little bit of a spotlight. Blood and guts, like Cesar said, this was probably and more likely the best blood and guts match that they've had since the inception. I thought the Acclaim looked pretty good. I think they answered a lot of questions. They took a lot of punishments. Like Bowens came out in drawers and got barbed wire sandwiched, and then like the drunken lush on that would have been like the hanger on for Cesar's weekend of drunken debauchery. He fell off the cage like a 5-second like interval when he probably should have, when he fell off through those tables. Max Caster getting a mouthful of tacks and then pumped up super kicked. I thought they looked like they kind of won. The promo they cut, I think it was either on Friday or Saturday, kind of gave them a little bit of an edge. So maybe they're starting to give these guys a little bit of an edge instead of just the promo cut and rap cut and scissor me boys. Like they're starting to give these guys a little bit of an edge. Like you guys said, there's a lot of rivalries built up, or at least there's like 3 built into this. Like, you know, you had the forever feud between Hangman and Swerve, which I'm here for. I mean, we're talking like this is one of the long-term story builds that they've done, which is still good. Thrown together now for like the last month of the Acclaimed and the Bucks, and then Darby and Jack Perry, which was what they seem to give the spotlight of for the end. I mean, because these guys, they've kind of gone back and forth in the infancies. I mean, we're talking about 2 pillars of ATW. One has changed, while one is still just a crazy white boy. Now doesn't have the old man on by his side. Now he's out on his own. You're hoping that this kid's been able to pick up some of the ninja hating skills that his mentor has passed on to him. So, but all in all, it was an all right match. I mean, it was obviously going to be main event because they aren't going to do this right out the gate. So, I mean, was it main event worthy? I guess so, depend with the circumstances. But
well, nothing else on the card. Nothing else on the card was main event worthy.
No, it wasn't. But this is how they booked it. I mean, you essentially kind of booked it so that this was that main event match. And I mean, it was all right. I mean, but like you guys said, this was the best version of this match so far. So, I mean, the ATW treaded water for a Wednesday.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I got to take a piss. We'll be right back. NXT happened as well on a Tuesday. Trick Willie out to the ring, talking about all ego. Cedric Alexander interrupts. Ashante interrupts. They bicker, brawl ensues. All Ego arrives in the parking lot and gets clowned by the new R's. Briggs gets attacked on the way to the ring by Jensen. The no DQ match begins. Briggs versus Jensen. All this has happened within the first 8 minutes, by the way.
Yeah.
Briggs chokeslams Jensen through the announce table. These two straight up mollywop each other with the cover of the announce table. Trash cans, kendo sticks, steel steps, crowd holy shit censored, of course. That loud ass bitch is back. I could hear her.
Yep.
The chairman out to instigate. Jensen beats Briggs with a white chair. DDT's Briggs on chair for the 3 count. Spears pats him on the back. A lot happened in the first 8 minutes of this fucking program, Sticks. We got Trick out there, Cedric out there, Ashante out there. The no DQ match. What'd you think of the opening? 20 minutes of NXT?
I thought it was a good opening. The one thing we've always talked about of NXT is a lot of the people that they bring down from the main roster, they give them the spotlight and they show you what these guys have, what made them main roster worthy.
Mm-hmm.
Them having Trick still steaming about losing to All Ego once his title match. Cedric and Asante, basically Cedric was giving him advice. Cedric comes out basically saying, hey, whoa. I'm also here too to become an NXT champion. Basically saying, so you're saying you're better than me and I've got more time here. Asante coming out basically telling Cedric, I told you what he was going to do. You're not listening to me. We get that triangle of three guys. So that we've got that build. This no DQ match, man, that was a war. Like these guys went at it. Like what we've always talked about. When you're friends outside the ring, you're going to bring it 1,000 times more in the ring. And these guys, they talk about these guys have history. These guys are damn near brothers, and they brought it. You talked about that table spot, that the top part of the table that he brought in. Like Briggs ate that with the back of his head. Like he whiplashed that thing with the back of his head. Briggs was wearing, like, his body wore it. Like he had the kendo sticks, that almost like that choke slam on the steel steps. That inside the ring, these guys, this was a legit, like, zero fucks given match. Like these guys didn't care how they were coming out. They were in there to basically beat the shit out of each other. Sean Spears, we know he had an interest in one or both of these guys in this match, and he came out, and we saw who he had the interest in. Like he had an interest in with Jensen. He helped him end up winning. So now he's got a lost soul and need of guidance. So now let's see where he goes with this guy. Let's see where this goes. I think the chairman, I think it's going to be great. I think this will be a great thing for Sean and Jensen. It'll be interesting to see where Briggs goes after this. Does he kind of maybe tag along? Is he like a third wheel on this? Or is he just lost in obscurity? I don't know. But, NXT out the gates, like they always do, they come out the gates hot, and they come out and they start the show great with a great segment and then a great match. So, typical Tuesday night.
Well, Cesar, this isn't a fantastic early 90s movie, but they did start out NXT with 3 ninjas. And then we had a no DQ match following that. What did you think of the openers?
Yeah, of course, Trick getting out of his car, baby oiled up with no fucking shirt on. So there's just baby oil grease in that fucking car. I didn't see no valet. Did y'all see valet? I didn't see valet. But his nigga left his door open.
It's NXT parking lot. You damn well know there ain't no valet in that parking lot.
Yeah, valets quit when the sun goes down. Shit. Nigga left the door open. And I don't even know if he took the key out. Trust me, I'm going in that parking lot. I'm getting me a free car. I'm gonna have a free fucking car. I'm gonna change the plates and the VIN numbers, like some Fast and Furious shit.
You
And I'm
know,
gonna have free fun.
Florida man was watching that shit. Who's that?
Yeah, I don't know how he's not there just stealing cars. But yeah, he gonna come in there all hot. I mean, the man was speaking facts, Trick out here, just getting hot that he ain't the champ no more. Man, motherfuckers lose titles, man. It's wrestling. Nobody holds on to him unless you're Roman Reigns. And then, eventually he lost shit. But still, man was just trying to give him some, he's a seasoned vet, trying to show you how things work, man. And why you so hot? And you talking about you just gonna take your title match? I mean, how many times did you tell a nigga to get to the back of the line because he lost? You know what I'm saying? Get your ass to the back of the line. You're a true champ. Work your way back up. Get that title shot. I mean, that's the way it goes in this shit. So yeah, they got a little heated. Niggas fighting. It's what they do. It's probably hot in the arena. Because if you notice, Trick walked from the arena to the ring, and then 3 minutes later from yapping, he was dry. But he was baby oiled up when he was in the car. So it's got to be hot in that arena. That bitch opening her mouth, yelling, being all ignorant and shit. And then that nigga Ashanti out here just wearing fur coats and shit. He deserved to get hit in the mouth for wearing a fur coat at the end of July. I ain't gonna lie. If I was Trick, I'd have hit his ass too. I might have hit him first and then just had a conversation. You know what I'm saying? But what the fuck you do that for? That nigga's wearing a fur coat in the middle of July. You right. Yeah. Now let's talk about this. So yeah, Trick say he better than everybody. And niggas had to fight. Sometimes, man, niggas gotta fight, man. They gotta get that shit out. So yeah, they was gonna have a match later. And then we got old Briggs and Jensen. See, this is probably the way this shit was probably supposed to be started. But they had Briggs, fighting for the title and shit and these survivor matches and shit like that. This is probably how their separation should have started. It should have been Briggs being the face and Jensen turning heel. Because Jensen was always the nice guy. He was always the tag along guy. He was always there for everybody. And then he technically got dropped by Fallon and Briggs. So that should have made him snap and go on a little crazy, be a little mad, and then they can start their little feud. And this was great because when you had two brawlers doing what they did best, they brawled in the ring and used weapons. It was out there, yeah, tables, kendo sticks, chairs, steps, cooking. And then, yeah, I like old Shawnee Spears. He was on the ledge when Briggs had the chair. And he was like, do it. Briggs couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't do it. I don't know why he couldn't do it. Nigga was just mad at everybody like 3 months ago. But I digress. You get injured, maybe, you lose all the hate. And he comes back. Jensen got that shit. He said, do it. Jensen said, fuck you, nigga. Hit him on the back. And you saw Shawn Spears holding Briggs. He was holding his hands and the rope so he couldn't get away. Jensen hit that nigga right in his back and gave him that DDT and won the match because that's what it takes to do it. It's business. You heard Book. Book was like, what you talking about? What you talking about? It was business. You know what I'm saying? He bought that chair in the ring. It was business. He had to do what he had to do to get the dub. So, yeah, this is a way to shoot off the match after having them niggas argue and try to book matches later in the show. Baby oil everywhere and shit. This is real good. This is classic NXT. It was cooking on Tuesday.
The Crispy King is next. He's armed with a scepter sliding out in his damn chair versus the new Dick legend, apparently. Eddie Thorpe. Book Skeeton over Lexus. Calls this the biggest match of Thorpe's career. Thorpe put away the Crispy King with an execution. It was a short match. Crispy attacks post-match. Uses stairs and scepter to smash Thorpe's arm. He got Dakota at home waiting for him. He'll be fine. Right. Trick is interviewed after this with Stallion Pete in the background. Pete telling Trick to figure his shit out. On-site Oro with Lash and Miss Jackson versus Ashanti. A decent matchup here for our Ninja on Ninja match of the night. On-site gets Mike and talks shit to All Ego. Funny how Book was contradicting himself on commentary about Ashanti looking at Miss Jackson and then needing to focus on the match. He was driving Vic insane. Commentary, Vic and Book bickering. It's always a good time, always fun.
Always good shit.
Cesar, but we had Crispy King versus Eddie Thorpe and On-site versus Ashanti.
Yeah, man. Crispy Ben had that scepter. He used it against that Asian nigga, I think, once or twice.
I forgot.
But we got to see the chair. We got to see the chair slide in. We got to see Crispy. And they're going to have him take an L to Moon Knight? Fuck is this? This nigga Moon Knight ain't had no traction. Think he was injured. Now he come back DJing again because he was a DJ. Then he dropped that shit to fight in the rank, to fight in the fight pit or whatever the fuck they call it. And then he left again. And now he back DJing again. This nigga want to be a DJ or a wrestler? Huh? Now, yeah, and he made it official. He posted it on his shit that he fucking Dakota. Still ain't seen Dakota posted on hers to make it really official. She said, I ain't got time for that. I'm out here watching these niggas in Japan play soccer. And you know, all these other, and then she was hanging out with Damage Control. And Asuka was back in a picture I saw overseas. She was taking pictures and shit with him too. I don't know if bitch back wrestling yet, but she was just around. She's like, I ain't worried about no goddamn Moon Knight. I'm out here partying. Still Moon Knight. Now I ain't giving Moon Knight shit. He ain't no legend. The niggas we call legend have banged 2 or 3 of the baddest women. Okay.
Well, you got Jamie Hayter too.
Damn, he did fuck. Nah, she AEW. That takes down a peg. Okay. He'd have to do something like break up Sasha's marriage or something.
That's half a snatch. Jamie.
Yeah, look, Jamie got some donk. Okay. And how you gonna go from Jamie Hayter to Dakota Kai? See,
it's like polar opposites.
Yeah, polar. You had body, and then you went for face and personality. Come on, son. Let me know. DM me on the side. Okay. Yeah, I'm still picking Coda too. Anyway, I digress. This cracker Moon Knight got a dub over to Crispy Kang. And then old Crispy, fucked his hand up. So yeah, this nigga can't even DJ. And he can't wrestle. So he's getting no money. So Dakota gonna fire his ass. Because she don't like no broke bitch. And then we had some, then here's when Sean started cooking. That was niggas in every match, I think, to the end of the show. You know what I'm saying? Just that first match was nigga free. Yeah, that was a little, nigga free sugar, like Lipton, a little nigga free. Yeah, like Diet Coke.
We went to white sugar to then the straight brown sugar.
Straight brown, baby. Yeah, ain't no creamer in the rest of this coffee. This ain't Starbucks, nigga. This is 7-Eleven. This is the hood. Yeah, that shit. That first match, that first 20 minutes was nigga free. And then he said the rest, the hour and 40 after, I want it dark like midnight. And he was out here.
He was like Cotton. He was like, he opened the cages. He's like, free him to the fields.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that shit was right. Dr. Umar paid for the rest of this fucking for the rest of this NXT, nigga. It was niggered out. Yeah, we even had half and half niggas. We had real niggas. We had light-skinned niggas. Bro, we had hood niggas. Yeah, man, that shit was great. But yeah, we had a British nigga, like this match. Old on-site Oro and old Ashanti D Adonis. Out here getting it. You know what I'm saying? Jakar out there looking fine, licking that lollipop. That shit working on her. He getting to her, Lash Legend looking all chocolatey and shit. Look like a tree you want to chop down. But respect the trick. Respect the trick. She thick body karateing out there. That cracker Oro, man. He doing his thing. He doing his thug thizzle. Okay. Match was good. It was good. Nothing to write home about, but it was good. Not wasting time. Great character work from everybody. Ashanti getting distracted, talking to the bitches. I mean, the match was hot because he's out there just talking to her. And then Lash is like, get this nigga. And then you just see Oro flying his ass out of the ring and then throwing him in with the damn jacket on and start whooping his ass. That nigga had an extra black to wear to the ring. This nigga got all these furs. Okay. And then, him and Oro had a good ass match. You know what I'm saying? They got the dub. Nigga on nigga. Mandingo fights. We back to Mandingo Fight Tuesday night. This is what the streets need. This is what the people need. Yeah, it was Christmas in July because it got dark early, nigga. Daylight savings time. It got dark early. Christmas in July. Sweet Christmas in July. You know what I'm saying? Santa Claus. It was Black Santa. You know what I'm saying? He was out here delivering presents. Niggas getting checks. 316s everywhere. Niggas getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Shit, even Kalani had a segment. Niggas getting paid backstage too, nigga. This shit was good. That shit was great.
Sticks, we had the crispy one versus Eddie Thorpe and On-Site versus Ashanti. What'd you think?
Yeah, Crispy and Thorpe. Thorpe having a significant match after the whole revelation of him and Dakota having a relationship being online. Like Cesar said, he was the only one that posted it. You know, we haven't heard anything from her. Yeah, I mean, book out there talking about the king of television with Crispy. We got the chair slided, the entrance that we needed so far on that we need to have every Tuesday. Yeah, he's had the scepter for a while. Brought that into play. Thorpe was able to pick up the dub, but Crispy was able to get a little bit of revenge. So we're gonna obviously get a little bit more to this after this match. I mean, we're gonna see where we go after this. I mean, Thorpe isn't gonna be able to DJ. I mean, I imagine he's not ambidextrous, so he's not gonna be able to DJ with his left hand. He's probably right eccentric, so man's gonna miss a little bit of
with the big words out here. We got
I know. That's big on a Monday. But this is bringing a man like On-Site Oro with him. Like, you aren't able to bring someone with him. Like you aren't going to forget about this because he's been, he attacked him. And then even if you want to go into it, like, he attacked Supernova, which Supernova's still injured. So he'll get him sometime down the road, but it's elevating another talent and a faction that has done a damn good job. Like we had talked about, that a faction that on like inside the ring or outside the ring, you needed to have on TV. And they are fully putting the spotlight on them. With this, we got On-Site Oro and Asante, which it was a good use of somebody that wasn't doing much on the main roster. You're able to bring him down. Regardless of win or loss, you're not only giving this guy TV time, but it's also elevating an NXT talent and Oro. Good match. We got that ninja on ninja. We got the fine ladies outside. They're able to get their stuff in. Chef Michaels is cooking. He started you off with the white sugar appetizer, and now we into straight main course brown sugar finger licking good television that we look forward to every Tuesday.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
This nigga Eddie Thorpe's got my same birthday. This is some bullshit.
Well, up next, we had Ren Sinclair with the No Quarter Cracks versus Carly Bright with who? Family on balcony eating popcorn. The No Quarter Cracks assist Ren for the win. I appreciate the TV time and work Cross-Eyed Kid is investing on building Ren and the No Quarter Cracks as well as Carly Bright. Building up the already strong NXT women's division, getting ready for the killers that have been signed. Up next, Chase U. In the locker room watching Thea get interviewed. Ridge with black Chase U shirts. Thea faced Tiffany Stratton last year at Great American Bash. Thea gets another title shot at this year's Great American Bash against Roxanne. She's asked about Ridge and what this title match means to her and shit. Trick Willet versus Cedric Alexander. This is our double dose of Ninja on Ninja tonight. Trick making Cedric look like $1 million. Great competitive match here. Cedric showing he can go with the cruiser and the heavyweights. Trick shot knee. Trick wins. Sportsmanship after the match, but not from Stallion Pete. Pete attacks. Cross-Eyed Kid must have brought Pete back to bring something out of Trick, maybe help him with his in-ring work or some shit. But Sticks, we got Ren Sinclair versus Carly Bright. We got the Chase U segment and Trick Willet versus Cedric Alexander. What'd you think?
Ren and the No Quarter Crackers. This is great television. I mean, this was great. No Quarter Crackers. Charlie Wonka wanting to kind of be like his own offshoot of the family. Well, that's come back and bite him in the ass. He's got loose ends. Now he's trying to tie him up. One of them is a female that the Don said, "Oh, you got to handle that yourself, man. We don't mess with females." And so now not Charlie. Charlie's in it. He's in it. Like, and this is gonna be good television because she's not letting him forget it, and she's gonna use this to at least pick up some dubs, which we saw this last Tuesday. And his facial expression, I mean, Charlie Wonka's facial expressions are what made this so great. Like, just like shit. Like, he's like, I know it's something I had to do, but I don't want to do this. Even like previous backstage segment, in this episode was great. Like picking like when the family's talking about picking the Olympian and not the one who talks funny, but the one that was like legit. That was great.
So what you're Sticks. What you're trying to say is Drew Gulak messing with Ronda Rousey's sweatpants is the best thing to ever happen to Charlie Dempsey.
Yeah.
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000% is because this has put Charlie Dempsey on spot. Like he is killing it. Like this man, we know the in-ring work is good, but his outside the ring work is starting to now just overshadow his in-ring. And this is great. Like this is what's going to keep him on television for a long time. I mean, this has been great. The Thea Hale stuff, like you said, it was a nice little throwback to her last year facing Tiffany Stratton for the title. Now she's talking about the difference between Thea this last year and this year. It was nice. Ridge being able to debut the new Chase U t-shirts in honor of Thea. So that was nice. It's keeping that fresh in your mind. The whole stuff with Ridge and Chase U. It doesn't let you forget that. So that was a great thing to do. And then, like you said, the dawn of midnight match of the night. I mean, these boys, this was great. And this is something that, like we've talked about before with NXT, they bring these guys down. Cedric Alexander can go in the ring. And what we all three know, Cedric can wrestle against anybody. Heavyweights, cruiserweights, all that stuff. And this was a nice reminder to show you that he could do this. This is what's great about WWE, and this is great of what NXT is doing. You're getting some main roster talent that have been forgotten about or just sparingly used. They bring him down. We'll give you anywhere from like a month to maybe, I don't know, 3 to 4 month run. Come out here, show us what you can do, show the main roster what you can do, and then they'll bring you back up. It's like a refresher. It reminds everybody, reminds us wrestling fans that, well, why was Cedric on the main roster? It showed you that. It kind of reminds you why this guy was, part of the Hurt business, why him and Shelton were a great tag team. But this guy shows you, hey, they're gone. I can still go. This match against Trick was great. It showed you what Cedric was able to do. He was able to help carry Trick, but also help get Trick over. Trick was able to pick up the dub, still be able to tread water, show why he wants to still have his NXT championship rematch. This was another win, another notch in the belt, another ring in the ladder that he's able to climb to when he possibly gets that. But also it's big for Cedric because it shows you this man, why he's employed in WWE. This man can go. Like if he's in TNA or AEW, like if he's in TNA, this man can hold the X Division Championship. Like he could show up. It'd be like the Ali effect. He shows up. He's a major force. He could be a good X Division champion. Same can be said about Cedric Alexander. So this shows you why he's still on the roster and what he's capable of doing in the ring. Shawn Michaels, now with the added with extra brown sugar in this part of the TV show, He's still cooking up great meals and still putting out there great fine dining for Tuesday nights.
These are
Yeah.
Ren Sinclair versus Carly Bright. We got Chase U with their new shirts and Trick Willie versus Cedric Alexander. What'd you think?
Ren Sinclair versus Carly Bright. Yeah, it was funny.
A lot of family
Yeah,
business.
family stuff. Charlie's painted into a corner. It was family, as you guys all said. But the most important part of that match is you hooed over who the girl she was with? Did you not know who this bitch is? You don't know who Kendall Gray is? You're right, Meg Gray. I had to do some homework myself. Did you not see the way she threw that big nigga? Or Crocker? Okay. I said, hold on. Now I know these are all professionals. And we all know it's sold a little bit, but you still got to have some get right. He's the biggest one out of all three of them. I had to look this bitch up. She can apparently wrestle for real. She's legit. Apparently, Julius Creed gave this bitch a stamp of approval and talked to people when she was getting a tryout. He was like, nah, y'all need to send her through.
What's her name again?
Well, her in-ring name is Kendall Gray. Her real ring name is something else. She ain't bad to look at either. I've scoped out the Instagram. You know, I do my homework.
The Caesar rub coming.
I didn't follow her. I didn't follow her yet. She, it won't too bad for the scroll I got. It won't too bad. But yeah, apparently she can really wrestle and chuck a bitch. And yeah, she ain't too bad. Look like Vegas native, so she probably crazy as hell. Still young as fuck. I think she's only like a couple years older than Thea Hale.
Okay.
Like she kind of just graduated college herself. Graduated college. Thea Hale went after high school, so she graduated college. I think she's like 23. But apparently she's been on leveling up, taking bitches to school. As you know, we don't watch that shit. So when she does make her debut, probably won't be too surprised. I did see some clips about her. She was taking even our tripod loving Kalani Jordan was taking her and throwing her ass around a ring on Level Up for a time. So maybe the girl can actually work. They're just waiting to pull the trigger on her. So maybe, Miss Kendall, we might be seeing her soon. But no, still, match was great. Charlie stuck in the corner. Tony D and them getting popcorn up in the stands. They're loving this shit. I was wondering when Tony was going to wrestle again. Tony and Charlie. Tony's been keeping himself relevant just about being in the background while Charlie does ignorant shit. And yeah, Charlie trying to use Tony as a mentor. Is just good TV, just good all around TV. And yeah, old Ren is just going to be the entertainment value we need out of these crackers, the personality of the group. Because yeah, we got the Olympic guy who just has nothing, Mushmouth who shouldn't say nothing, and then old Charlie just being crazy. And I like how Charlie was responding at ring every time Ren had a nice submission move or something. Charlie's like, hold on now, hold on now,
like Stick said, Charlie's stock is rising because he's doing better with the facials. He's doing better TV. He's in fucking TNA.
Yeah.
What was it? The Bloodsport. He just did that. Yeah. This man's stock is rising, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for old Willie Regal's son.
Yeah. Willie must have been talking to him like, "Hey man, you need to keep this character work going. That's what's gonna keep you around." He's probably like, "Bitch,
pass down the Nux. It's gonna be like
a knighting ceremony."
But there you go, knighting ceremony.
Yeah. He's gonna be like, "Look, bitch, you can always get to the top of the card, but what's gonna keep you in that company is the character work." He's gonna be like, "Look at our truth. He's been at the top. He's been at the bottom. He's been smoking cigarettes, hanging out with little Jimmy. He's even fought Cena, his childhood hero, when he was a heel. And this nigga's been employed since 1973.
He fought The Rock. He fought The Rock, too.
He did fight The Rock. Truth has done it all. Except win the world title. But anyway, Truth has done it all. But that character work.
NWA.
Yeah. Well, yeah. In WWE, he's not one world title. But yeah, Truth has taken every ounce of shit and turned it into chicken salad that he can, and he still does it. And because he's got great character work. So yeah, that shit gonna be good. And then, yeah, part 2 of niggas in NXT. Yeah, putting that in NXT. Darkness everywhere. Yeah, man, this shit. Cedric Alexander, Trick Williams, they cooking, book cooning everywhere. He's still halfway cooning from the first nigga on nigga match. Now we get another one again. These boys tearing the house down as they should. Hitting, surprising moves out of everywhere. And then, Trick Knee, as we all know, out of nowhere, gets the pin. And then, a little camaraderie at the end of the match. Trick need to realize that, he's just looking out for him. I mean, maybe they could get all together and start running NXT. Maybe not. I don't know.
I kind of got that hint too. That would be a good three-man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We know what happens when 3 niggas who can wrestle get together. Look at New Day. So that was good. And they know Petey Dunn still trying to help him figure that shit out. I don't know why Trick was selling them kicks like that. That nigga was wearing Yeezys. Yeezys are like the softest sole shoe ever. If they wanted to make that shit believable, should have taken them Yeezys off because like a pillow on the bottom of them shoes. Should have taken the Yeezys off and then stomped on Trick with a sweaty ass foot because I ain't seen no socks. That would have made that shit more believable for me.
These are the details Cesar pays attention to because I didn't.
That nigga had some Yeezys. Have you ever put on a pair of Yeezys? Yeezys are soft as just like walking on pillows.
I gotta get me some now.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're still like $350. I don't know if you're gonna pay for that.
Can I? Do they have layaway?
You could probably affirm it. You can probably get it on Affirm. Maybe 4 easy payments. You know what I'm saying? A little PayPal.
Are they on Temu?
Yeah, they need a Temu. Shit, there need to be some fake Yeezys out there. But yeah, Pete telling him doesn't get it yet. Pete just fighting everybody now. He back to being Pete. They see he needed Tyler Bate. He needed somebody funny to keep him lighthearted. Tyler Bate gone. Pete evil again. Okay. Pete fighting Sheamus. He fighting fat ass Bronson Reed. He fighting Trick. He gonna fight your mama next week. Pete is crazy. He don't give a fuck. If you get in that ring, you getting fucked up.
And that's why we get big ups to the man himself. But up next, we had Sol Ruca and Carmen versus Lash and Jackson. Cesar put his phone down for this shit.
You damn right. My phone didn't go up this whole fucking show.
More of the future of this division being built here. You love to see it. This was a great match. It was a botchless match from these 4 new-ish women. Lash puts away Carmen for the win. I was very impressed with this match. Lash gets on the mic to challenge Alba and Isla for the tag titles. They ain't winning that, but it's going to be a great match. Again, that was probably the best match these 4 women have put on in a tag team setting. We're going to get a Joe Hendry concert tomorrow, Great American Bash, night 1. All Ego drags ref to the ring to address the on-site Oro situation. Q on-site. He rolls up All Ego, and the ref actually counts to 3. The crowd is chanting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All Ego is having a bad night. The main event, it's the Rascals versus Javon and Fast and the Fraserists. The 6 fastest men in pro wrestling today. It's like someone pushed fast forward on this main event. Impossible to call every spot, but good God, it was fun to watch. We saw the Rascals gesture at least a dozen times during this. Insane action here. Javon continuing to amaze me. This was like watching a WWE 2K match where every player's rating is equal. In the end, come get you some wins. Pins Axiom for the win. There was a standing ovation from the crowd. Well deserved. Holy shit, this was a good week for NXT. I was sports entertained. You were sports entertained. But what does Cesar think about Sol Ruca and Carmen versus Lash and Miss Jackson, the Joe Hendry concert, and then the main event?
Yeah, man, this shit was good again. Once as well, we had 2.5 niggas in a match. You know what I'm saying? Because Sol Ruca's a half and half. We know Carmen's super white because niggas just don't walk around with sports like that. I digress. She's still good and looking fine about a day, about a minute, shit. But yeah, these women put on a fantastical match. You know, good to see Miss Jackson getting back out there, getting the reps after being on the shelf for so long. And we know Lash can go. We've been knew Lash can go. Lash was powerhouse in that shit. But you know, Petrovich and Soul had something cooking for them being their first match they had together. Them broads was looking all right. And I was like, hold on now. If you ain't gonna give Soul no title, she can take that tag title. Yeah, Soul needs some gold now. She out here cooking. She out here putting in the work. Yeah, this was a fantastic match, man. Hitting, what fucking moonsaults, flippies, all kind of crazy shit. Lash with that punch at the end, and then hitting her shit. The bougie bully, and Jakara, it's Jackson if you're nasty. Yeah. Book even said that shit. He's like, if you're nasty. Shut up, Vic. Gotta get that Cholula green out here. His country ass, says shit like that. Great match. Great tag match. These ladies were showing out as they should.
So who's Joe Hendry gonna do the concert about? All Ego? Is he gonna do it about somebody else?
He might do it on them Gallus boys because they keep getting pissy.
That's true.
And there was that segment where they was in the parking lot, and apparently the Flyers was all on their car. So they keep getting pissy and he had to stop motherfucker from saying his name. He was like, you know what, Joe? Don't you dare say his name. Don't you dare. So yeah, they might have to get off by that. But yeah, Ego taking the ref to the ring. And then Mensah pinning his ass. Jesus Christ, man. Ego ain't had a good day since winning that goddamn title. I'll tell you that much. He is not having a good time. But yeah, from the bigger R's at the beginning of the show to Oro Mensah rolling his ass up again and pinning him. But yeah, this will be fine because Ego will get his win. Like Great American Bash. Well, I guess we'll allude to that later. But I guess not. I mean, yeah, Roxanne said he can fight that nigga at Great American Bash. So the Bash is setting up, looking good. The
main event, the Rascals.
Yeah, these goddamn rascally crackers have just been cooking these 3-on-3s, these 6-man tags. And yeah, you got Fast, Phasers, and Bouncy getting in the ring. Yeah, the 3 fastest, craziest crackers and niggas, and British Mexican nigga with a mask on, out here in this ring, doing work, doing dirt. I mean, this was a 3 nigga, 2 cracker, 1 foreign match. You know what I'm saying? But with some melanin in his soul, or axiom. Still, you know what I'm saying? Triple H apparently getting calls for being racist. Firing niggas, but not Master Michaels. Master Michaels putting all the black talent on Christmas in July. Got this show cooking. You know what I'm saying? He'd make sure he got a nice beef base, brown meat. You know what I'm saying? In there. Cooking it up.
Well done.
Yeah, well done. Yeah. He's chefing it up. Yeah, man. He cooking. But no, these guys are great. The Rascals are cooking. Where is this? Where's this gonna go though? Because there's no 3-man tag belts in either company. So are they gonna win a tag team title and then have Freebird New Day rules where any 2 can defend it? Are they gonna win both at some point and work both shows?
I'm sure, but I'm here for it. I mean, this crossover.
If it happens, I'd be here for it. That'd be crazy.
I don't know where the crossover ends, but I'm enjoying every second of it, and I'm taking it in like a fucking glutton. But Sticks, we had Soul and Carmen versus Lash and Jackson. The Joe Hendry concert is coming up tomorrow. The main event, all kinds of shit. What'd you think?
The women's tag match. This is a great women's tag match. I mean, you have Lash and Miss Jackson, a tag team that's been together for a while. Obviously, Miss Jackson being injured, I kind of put those tag team championship dreams on hold. But now with her being back, they're full steam ahead. And you had Carmen and Soul, who, for a team that just got together, the chemistry of these two women were great. This match was A plus. I mean, these women went out there, they put it on, they showed you why all four of these women in that stacked, not only NXT women's division, but in that stacked WWE women's division, these women can go out there and put on a show, and they did it on Tuesday night. Great tag match. We're gonna get Alba and Dawn versus Lash and Miss Jackson, which rightfully so. I mean, Miss Jackson and Lash have been collecting dubs, been putting that work in. So that'll be great to watch here coming up in the next week or so at the Great American Bash. Joe Hendry, yeah, Joe's gonna put on a concert. I mean, the man's been out here putting out hits. Like you guys said, I can only imagine it's gonna be at the Gallus boys' expense, which is the way how Joe's been lingering around them. And the main event, I mean, this 6-man tag match was great. Like we had talked about, the Rascals reuniting all 3 members. It's not only you can see how it's lifted Wes Lee's spirits, but it's added another, just a little bit of a pickup for the Rascals themselves. Them going against the tag team champs, Fast Fraserus, and we got a little bouncy with them. I liked how they were able to mix all 3 of their theme songs together right off the beginning. I thought that was great. Great little lead into the match. The match was awesome. I mean, this was main event worthy. I mean, we talked about, you want to talk about how you go from that women's tag match, which was great in itself, to follow that up was that you had that go against, lead into the 6-man tag match. I mean, NXT knocked it out of the park this week, from segments to matches to segments, back to segments to matches, and then just all the way to the end with the main event match. I mean, this was another great Tuesday night. Like you guys said, like the question you asked, where does this lead? I mean, I'm not really thinking about that. I mean, I don't know where it goes, but regardless, we got a great match out of it. I mean, if you can get great matches out of a combination of 2 companies coming together, and then that leads you into wondering, okay, where's this going? That's great television. That's great booking.
Yep.
I don't know where this goes, but if at worst we just get great matches with open-ended questions afterwards, I mean, that's great television. I mean, that's something that we're not getting from on Wednesday nights, and for most part, we're not getting on Thursday nights. But I mean, on Tuesday nights, they are hitting it out of the park, and they did again. Chef Michael's in the kitchen, cooking another great full course meal.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, next week on the Tripod, we got the Great American Bash to talk about. The Joe Hendry concert. It's going to be another entertaining week, and wrestling a better Impact as well. They advertised the fuck out of it this past Thursday. So great stuff to look forward to. Until next time we do what we do best here, don't forget about the Steel After Party. It's dropping this week. Drop your comments, all 8 of you. Mike Concho, give it a try. Drop a question, whatever you got to do. All right. We do what we do best here at the Tripod. We give that big ups to Stallion Pete, the bully.